Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank you so much for the love on the previous Godot stream. I've been looking at that video, well, the stream on YouTube for a little bit, and it's been getting a ton of views. So thank you so much for that support. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that it's doing well. And as you can see today, we'll be working on making Space Invaders, aka Space Shooters, in Godot. I was actually really happy that this was suggested last stream because it's actually one of my favorite classic games out there. I played it a lot when I was a kid and like in Chuck E. Cheese and like a bunch of arcades, and I would just like play this a lot. So thank you for suggesting it because I was like, oh my gosh, I know this game and I get to recreate it. Let's go. So let's go ahead. Well, I do kind of want to chat a little bit, but also like I might be a little bit more quiet today because my throat's not doing too hot. It feels like there's something stuck in my throat. I don't think I'm getting sick. It's just like a sore throat that's happening. So hopefully I don't strain my voice too much. But if my voice like dies out by the end of the stream, that's where I'm gonna cut things off. But for now, we're just gonna get through as much as we can through the tutorial. I've been looking around and I see that Kaan Alphar has a tutorial on how to make a space shooter in Godot, so we're gonna be referencing his tutorials. Please check his channel out. I see that he's also on the small side, and I feel like if my streams could get him more support, that'd be good. Because I want to be able to connect with more people in the tech space that are not necessarily VTubers. So please consider following him too. Let me go ahead and get the link out so that y'all can follow him on YouTube too. So definitely check out Kaan Alphar because we're going to be referencing his tutorials. Please do. I don't know why, but like I feel a little bit shyer than before, but we're gonna get through this shyness. I'm just not used to a lot of eyes on me, so I'm just like trying to get through it. We will get through this. I'm just gonna be a little bit quieter than usual, but let's go ahead and go to our screen. Boop. As you can see, I already have the video up. We also have a little BGM just playing through. Something just more chill and relaxing. But let's go ahead and play through this. I'm gonna first reference the 20-minute video because I plan to stream only for about 2 hours or so. So with a 20-minute video and me scrubbing through this video, I should at least get the basics of it down of like, oh, how do I set this up? How do I make sure and match this? And da da da. And I realized that I may have forgotten to get assets. You kind of need assets to download, but at least Kenny is a really great resource, by the way. So definitely check out Kenny's stuff too. I'll send it over in the chat because like I've seen Kenny make a bunch of assets for like up and coming game developers, so definitely want to like share that around too. I can download it. Okay, I'm gonna download it off screen so y'all don't see my details. And to make it safer for me, I'm gonna beep boop, gonna make it black screen for now. Boop. Because I don't want to reveal something on accident because that'd be awkward. Okay, downloaded it. Okay, and then I'm going to extract the files. And then I'm going to put those files in my project folder because yes, I have made the project folder already. And then I put it in my Godot. Where's my Godot? Godot. Okay. No, that's Glaze. Nope. Godot projects. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm gonna put it in this folder. Yeah. I guess imported makes sense. I'm just gonna put it in this folder. Okay, I'm gonna put it in that folder. I'm gonna just double check to make sure it's all good. We want to make sure that it's pretty decent. Okay. Where is it? Huh? Don't you hate it when you have a bunch of folders and you're like, wait, where is it? Oh man, I have a lot of details here. Godot background, bonus, sprites. Ah, okay, okay, it has everything. I just don't know if I did it properly. Okay, it does have the background, does have the bonuses. Okay, it has literally everything else. Okay, sprite sheet, the vectors, icons, okay. Licensing, project.godot. Okay, okay, we got those. So let me go ahead and recontinue this video.
In this video, we're gonna create a space shooter game just like this one in 20 minutes using the Godot game engine. So without further ado, let's get into it. I created an empty project and now I'm gonna start my timer to start this challenge. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my project settings and set my window dimensions to 540 to 960.
Okay, so we gotta go to our project. Do I remember things well? No. Wait, no, what? Oh, shoot. Oh, okay, okay, that exactly. Oh, likable, no! Don't do that. No, no, no. No stealing codes. Rude. Okay, I accidentally pressed the import button, but it did the thing I should do anyway, so I'm like, I will accept that mistake. That was a happy mistake. We're gonna go ahead and... Is it? Look lazy input. No, this does not... Okay, we're gonna edit the window. He said 540 and 960, right? Right? I hope so. I hope so. Close. And just to double check, if I play it... Oh, I don't have a scene folder. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, you know what? I'm going to add a scene folder. A new folder. This will be scene specifically. Just so that I differentiate it. Okay, it's now scenes. Gonna hit play. Gonna select one for my scenes. And then I don't have a file. We're just gonna call this scene main because I remember. Okay. I don't have a main scene. Okay. Well done. Trying to figure this out. Background bonus. Let me recontinue watching the tutorial to see if something like... Cause we did the 540 and the 960.
It's gonna be 16 by 9 but reversed because this is going to be like a mobile game instead of a desktop game. I'm gonna set my orientation to portrait.
Orientation to portrait. Orientation, portrait, okay.
And my stretch mode to 2D and my aspect to keep. So
okay, mode, okay, mode. Where's mode? Huh? Try to see here. Okay, so it's under stretch. And I do know this is an older Godot, so it might be a little bit different, but that's okay. We shall see. Handheld, portrait, iOS, hide home indicator. Okay. Stretch. Oh, here, okay. What? Okay, the mode is 2D. That does not say 2D. I'm gonna do it keep, but it's a bit different here already. I'm not so sure which is the difference here. But I will keep it at disabled for now. And then we're gonna close it.
that it looks the same in different sizes. Now let's create the main scene, which is going to be called world.
Okay. Now to create this one, and then we're gonna rename this name.
World. This is gonna be the scene that all the action takes place. I'm gonna set this as the main scene.
Okay. So I want to keep the same naming conventions just so that I know that I can recreate this. And then no, not yet.
And as you, I'm gonna set this as the main scene.
Oh, that's how you set it as the main scene. Okay, so if you press play, you select it, and then where's world? Yeah. Interesting. Okay, it's here, right? Huh? And then if I put it in preview sample themed. Oh, okay, can't save it there. This is just its own thing now. Selecting it and then going up the path. And then I'm now just here. I'm trying to find where world is. That's the thing that I'm confused about. Like, where is world now? Did I lose it? That's really unfortunate then. Okay, this is wonderful. We love losing things right at the beginning, like goddamn. Okay, I know what that is. Those are the sound effects. PNGs, yeah, we know what the PNGs are. We know the sprite sheets. We know the vectors. But the world isn't here itself, so I am confused. Probably because, like, it's a different Godot tutorial? Question mark? Select current. Oh! Duh. Duh. Okay, we're gonna save it here. There we go. We saved the scene. Okay, we did it. We figured it out. Okay, and it looks like the correct size. It should be like a mobile phone. This feels almost as big as my phone. So I'm like, okay, we got that. We're gonna close that. Alt tab.
And as you can see, my dimensions are just like a mobile game. Now let's import some assets. I'm gonna create a new folder.
I've already done that.
Assets, and I'm gonna drag all of these assets, maybe not this one, and this one and this one, into my folder.
Okay, so as you can see, I technically already done that, but there's a lot of assets already. So what I'm going to try to do is get a new folder in. New folder. We're going to call this one assets. Then we're going to transfer most of these that is not scenes into assets. Just rearranging my files. It's re-importing. Okay. I can accept that. And then from there, sprite sheet samples. I believe they're part assets, so you all will stay in there. I'm also going to press Ctrl S just to make sure I save, and then continue.
Great. They're all here. Let's create the background. It's going to be a sprite called BG.
Okay. So, a child node, sprite. It's going to be 2D. And then we're going to call this BG. I'm assuming it's a 2D one because, hey, it's going to be in a 2D space, right? Then we're going to choose our textures. So I'm assuming the next steps is to choose one of these and then import it into the textures. And then from there, realign it to make sure that it fits into the space. That is what I'm guessing. I'm saying this out loud to make sure that, hey, I'm learning the process over time. Because that's what the tutorials usually help you with the most, is that they teach you the overall process to making the game so that you can recreate those steps for yourself for your own projects.
I'm gonna use this image, but if I resize this, it's scaling and I don't want that, so I'm gonna go into the import settings and turn on repeat.
Oh, interesting. The import node into... change it to repeat. I don't think I've seen that before. It's under flags. I do not see flags. But we have a repeat. It's above compress. Mip maps. I don't know if it's mip maps. Re-import, no. Detect, no. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, tell me to import roughness bitmaps. I'm not so sure what bitmaps are. It is with bitmaps, it seems. But it doesn't tell me if I could repeat it. Interesting. We're gonna go with dark purple for our background. And then we're gonna call this... Yeah, we're just gonna stick with what we have. Yeah, let's re-import that. Okay.
Let's turn it on, let's bring it in, and let's turn off center.
Okay, yep, I was partially right. You put the texture here. Okay. Okay. Also, is my smart grid on? Yeah, it's on.
And let's turn on region so that I can...
Region.
Let's turn it on, let's bring it in, and let's turn off centered.
Okay, turn it off. That's how he move it. Okay. Offset, centered. Oh, I see. There we go. That's what I need to do.
And let's turn on region.
Turn on region. Enabled.
So that I can specify a width. Oops. And a height.
And it's a rectangle. What symbol? Okay, the W and H. W and H. So 540 via 960. Okay. And now I scaled it officially, so that's good.
And it's tiling and not scaling. That's what I want. Great.
So we wanted this to be a tile, so... Interesting. Okay, so the reason why it's not working as intended is because I don't have that. It seems like it doesn't have the thing that I wanted here. Normal map, size limit, tech 3D, re-import, lossless. Yeah, it doesn't have anything for me to like... Interesting. How about if I do it as an image? Nothing. Bitmap? No. Cube map. Cube array. Image? No. Texture 2 array? No. That doesn't do anything. Atlas? No. Atlas 3D? No, it seems like only the texture 2D makes it possible, but if I wanted to tile, I'm gonna Google this actually. Googling how to tile in Godot 4.2. Let's see. If anything, it seems to be like a tile set editor. Auto tile. How do you add a tile? If anything, I just know that it's gonna work as is, but it's just not gonna completely match. I do wonder, what does no bitmaps mean? Because I'm kind of curious. Okay, I'm gonna re-import. Just out of curiosity, how does it look if I just have bitmaps on? And then we go here to BG. Then I'm gonna clear this one, and then we're gonna put this dark purple. Okay, it has the same settings. It doesn't resolve anything. But you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna continue on. We're gonna continue on.
Now I'm gonna create the player character. This is gonna be an area 2D.
Why area 2D is what he chooses. Okay. For the player character of all things.
It's called player.
Player. Enter.
Let's actually turn this into its own scene. Create a folder called character.
Turn this into its own scene. Okay. He did it very quickly. I know he had to do it in 20 minutes, but okay.
Let's actually turn this into its own scene. Create a folder called player. Let's actually turn this into its
save branches scene. Okay. So right click, save branches scene, call it
own scene. Create a folder called character.
Create a folder named characters. And then we're gonna call this one players.
Another one called player. Let's save it here.
Oh, and then another one for a player. And then we're gonna save it here. Just so we know.
And this is gonna have sprites and collision shape. Let's actually have a collision polygon instead of a shape.
So what? So we need a sprite and a collision polygon 2D? Okay. Okay. I'm assuming it's just adding child nodes. That seems like what's happening.
Collision shape. Let's actually add another one called player. Let's save it here. And this is gonna have...
So he pressed this one, right? And then added this one to add the child node. Okay. So he did the sprite
and collision shape.
Okay. So sprite. It's gonna be sprite 2D. And then
let's actually have a collision polygon instead of a shape.
A collision polygon. Yeah, there it is. So those are the two I have.
Shape. I'm gonna use this image right here, but if you look at it inside of the world here, it's a bit too large. And that's why I'm gonna scale the sprite down to about 0.75.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the sprite 2D. We are going to import the texture for the character. Bonus. Vector, no. Sprite sheet? Well, we're gonna stick with PNG just to make it easier. But I don't see it. Damage? No. Oh, playership. Okay. We're gonna stick with the blue one. The blue playership, just because it's the first one. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna transform the size of it to 0.75 by 0.75. I think that's where I do it. Yes, in that one. I hope y'all can hear me though. Let me see. Is my audio? Yeah, my audio's all good. Okay. Let me see.
Let's define collision shape. I'm not gonna...
Oh, okay, interesting. So if I want to define the collision shape, we go here, and then we point. I'm going to put it here. Okay, I'm just following along with this. Hopefully my collision shapes are good. I don't want it to be too complicated. I want it to be a fair collision. Okay, so is this what it's supposed to look like?
I'm gonna try and be perfect. I just want to be in the ballpark. Okay, great. Now let's add a script and make this guy.
Okay, so I did do it correctly, but I want to make sure. Is this connected? Yeah, it's connected. Sweet. Okay. I kind of want to make it more even. Oh, my cat's meowing outside. I think he wants attention. I'm just gonna fix this up real quick. Don't mind me. I think my kitty's a little hungry. He's a little boy. I did feed him earlier, like at 5. Oh. Okay, he is definitely on the hungry side. Okay, gonna adjust that. Yep, something like that. Okay. That'll be your collision. I'm gonna control S, and I will be right back because I think my boy is a little bit hungry. So BRB real quick, okay? Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My kitty was also hungry. What we just did was add the collision with the polygon 2D. And we made sure that everything is like pretty well adjusted from here, but let's see what are the next steps.
I move. Great.
Yeah, I'm making a
Now
script.
let's add a script and make this guy move.
Over here. Create that. Oh.
I'm gonna define a speed variable. This is going to be an integer,
Variable
let's
speed.
say 300. And inside of
Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm going to define the variable speed equals 300.
the physics process,
Function.
I'm gonna use the speed variable, and I'm also gonna define an
function. So the physics of the player. Okay. New function. Ah. Physics process. Okay. And then for now, have a pass. And then we want to have a variable here for
input vector, which I'm
Okay, so variable for input vector equals
gonna use to define which
vector
direction my
to
player is currently trying to
0.
move at. Let's create some input actions. Move right.
My kitty keeps biting me too now. I just fed him. This silly boy. Darcy? What are you doing? Meow into the mic if you want to annoy everybody. You're not meowing into the mic. Okay. I have to have you rest outside, okay? You silly, fluffy boy. Smelling sleepy. Here you go. He was very distracting. For quite a little bit, of course.
Move left.
Move right. Oh, okay. So let me go back a little.
Trying to move at. Let's create some input direction my player is currently trying to move at.
Okay, so we did the function 0, but I think I did it wrong because I noticed that you need capitalization. Vector 2.0. Okay. Something's still okay. This one's corrected. We're gonna Control S, save it. Then we're gonna go project settings, and then we're actually gonna do input map. That one's pretty cool because like it makes it easier to like control everything. So there's like the move right, move left, from what I've seen so far.
Let's create some input actions. Move right. Move left. Move up. Move down. And let's also define one for shooting.
Oh, okay. So those are the ones I need to define. So I need to define move right. Oh wait. Move right. Move left. Move up. Move down. Move shoot. Wait, just shoot. Yeah, shoot. Okay.
These are going to be WASD. D for.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah. So we're gonna add them. So right will be dump. Okay. Yeah. And then move left will be this one. Move up will be this one. Move down will be this. And then let's see. What does he put for spacebar? I mean, not spacebar, for shoot.
Right. A for left. W for up. Down for S. Shoot is going to be space.
I had a feeling it's space, yeah. I mean, those are classic controls there, right there. There we go, we have that. Control S.
Okay, now, like I said, I'm gonna use this input vector in order to define which direction the player is moving at. So let's say input vector dot x equal
that. Then we're gonna no longer pass, so we're gonna put input vector dot x, right? Remember it being an x. And then we're gonna define what this means. So equals. And trying to get to the video.
equals input dot get action strength.
So input dot action strength. Sorry, I'm still learning this. So input dot get action strength. Okay. Input dot action. Action. Can I not read? Me not read. Input dot get action strength.
Move right. Let's subtract. Same thing but left.
Oh. Well, interesting. Okay. Move right. And we're going to subtract that with the input that get action strength. So, oh, is input have to be, okay, input has to be capital I. Huh, so the capitalizations are actually really important, otherwise it won't work out. Okay. So we're gonna do I'm assuming it's input that get underscore action, underscore strength. What's the difference between raw strength and just strength? Okay. I don't think I'm going to think about that too much, but I know this is going to be move left. And what I'm assuming what this is based off of is like, it's just subtracting from left to right to determine the direction. Like how far left do you go and how far right do you go?
Okay, this is gonna be for horizontal movement. Let's do the same for vertical, but change these.
Okay. So we're gonna change it to this one. Gonna backspace a bit. This one would be for Y instead. And I'm assuming that move up.
Parameters.
Yeah, move down. Okay, move down and up. Okay. Down and up.
Okay, great. Now I have the direction, and now I'm going to use it to increment my global position. Let's say global position.
Global position.
Plus equals. Input vector times speed times delta.
Okay. And oh yeah, Duck was explaining to me about how that would work. Vector times speed times delta. I still need to study up on that to fully understand it, but okay. Yeah, we got that down.
If I did everything right, this should allow me to move my player.
Okay, let's see if this works. So we're gonna do Control S, save it. Then we're gonna try playing it. Hopefully it will work. Oh, okay. It does work. I can move. Albeit it's a little bit slow, but compared to Pong, I have a lot more movement now. So this is awesome. And I guess, like, based on my own preferences, I can readjust it to make it feel smoother. Because right now it feels kind of slow. So I wonder, how would it feel if I put this to, like, 350? Like, how much faster would this be? Okay. I like 350 a lot more. Yeah. 350 feels a lot better. Okay. So we got that moving. Control S. Gonna keep at 350.
Yep. It's working. Great. Now let's implement the simple enemy. I'm only gonna have a single enemy in this game because I don't want to take too long creating different kinds of enemies. This is also gonna be an area 2D.
Oh, okay. He speeded up quite fast. Yeah, he's checking the time too, so yeah, I definitely feel like he's speeding up, and I feel like it's a nice challenge though.
Take too long creating different kinds of enemies.
Okay. So world player, okay. What will this one be?
This is also gonna be an area 2D.
Mode. Area 2D. Okay.
That's called enemy.
Enemy.
Save it. Characters.
And then save it to characters. I'm gonna get a new folder. This will be for enemies. This will be for just a base enemy for now. And then once I learn this, I could probably like continue creating more enemies with like different behaviors and such.
Get a new folder called enemy. And it's gonna be much like the player. It's gonna have a...
Okay, so once we have that, we get the sprite. Similar to the previous one, so this one. And then I'm assuming the collision is something else we need. Oh, but we want to make sure it's a child of the enemy. So add child node, and we're gonna get a collision polygon. Okay.
Sprite. Let's just use a regular old collision shape for this one. We don't really care that much. I'm gonna use this enemy black sprite, and I'm also...
Okay, and then once we have that, we get to the sprite. Let's go to 2D, and then we're gonna find this. So there's a couple of enemies. There's UFOs, player ships, player ship. Is it supposed to be a ship like that? I'm trying to see and understand. Okay, there we go. There's an enemies one. We're going to go with the basic enemy black. Okay, got that down. I'm assuming we're just going to repeat the same steps as the player one, but probably add its own AI.
We're gonna scale this down to about 0.7.
Okay. Scale this to 0.75. 0.75, perfect.
Let's create a new collision shape. Let's make this guy circle. It's not gonna be perfect, but it works.
Huh, so instead of, okay, so I'm gonna go here. We're going to have this be, no, we're not gonna have segments. Interesting. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Okay, okay. So we're gonna change this to collision shape. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna change the collision shape just to make it simpler for collision. So collision. Yeah, we're gonna have a simple collision shape. It's gonna be specifically a circle, and then we're going to readjust this to fit like right around there. I mainly want to get the corners here.
Let's add a script to.
Okay, and then Control S. Then we add a script particularly to enemy, not to these, because we want it to apply to everybody. Then from there, create. Okay.
This. And the only thing we want this guy to do is move down. So I'm gonna define the speed. Let's actually export this.
So if you export. Speed.
Let's say 150.
Oh wait.
And inside of the physics process, I'm gonna say global position.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, what are we doing? Right now, I am following a tutorial to recreate a space shooter in Godot. And I'm following this very speedy tutorial just so that I can at least get the basics down. And I want to see if I can be a little bit hands-off from the tutorial and make my own enemies and define their behaviors and just go from there. Because, like, I feel like, okay, I have a good, decent understanding with Pong. But I'm gonna try experimenting a bit if I feel ready for it. But we shall see. We shall see. Right now, I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to absorb as much as I can, like understand what I'm coding, how does it affect the behaviors of the player and the enemy, and just go from there. But welcome, Soda Pop. Let's see here. Area 2D. Okay, so we have to define the function and the physics process. Okay. And just as a function, physics process delta, and then this one will have define the global position of said enemy.
.y.
.y. We say .y because it's referring to the vertical. So if we have it .x, that would refer to the horizontal. So horizontal, vertical. And yes, my little mouse cursor is a little chibi of me.
Plus equals speed times delta. Multiplied by delta so that it stays the same on different devices, on different frame rates. And this should work right now. As you can see, it's moving down. And now I have a player and I have an enemy that I can spawn that's gonna go down. So now I need to spawn that enemy.
Okay, so basically we will have just this for now, based on what I saw. And we can see if we test it out, they should move. Huh? It should move. I'm not so sure why the enemy is not appearing, but we shall see.
Enemy that. Now I have a on different devices, on different...
Yeah, export int var speed equals 50, function y speed times delta, extend to 2D. Process delta. I don't know. Oh, hi Issa, welcome on in. Good night, Overlord Nethyr, my liege. Hello, Issa, welcome on in. I am learning Godot today, and I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong. Cause I mean, I could like delete this part. Let me see what happens. Okay, so only the player character is moving. Oh, welcome back. How to fix my Wi-Fi, but this looks very interesting. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to learn as much as I can. So the problem I'm experiencing is that I am trying to test the enemy to see like if they actually move down, right? But right now instead, I'm just seeing the player. And I'm not trying to see just the player, I'm trying to see the enemy move. But hey, at least the player movement works well. I actually increased the speed of it a little bit compared to the tutorial so that it's more like my personal speed. Because the previous one felt too slow to me. So I like it a little bit faster. But yeah, so right now I'm just trying to figure this out.
frame rates, and this should work.
Okay, did he select enemy and then go from there? Play it? Okay, I'm not seeing the enemy. Okay, what's this unexpected identifier? This is the unexpected identifier? How's it unexpected? Hola, Grio! How are you doing?
Right now on different devices, on different frame rates, and this should work right now.
Yeah, see, that is what's supposed to happen. Like here.
Global position dot y plus equals speed times delta multiplied by delta so that it stays the same on different devices, on different frame rates, and this should work right now. As you can see, it's moving down.
That's exactly what I'm trying to see. I want to make sure that it moves down. Right now I'm not seeing it. Doing fine, thanks. How you doing with the game? Pretty good. I already got player movement in, which is a good sign. I'm just trying to get enemy movement in. And for some reason, the enemy movement is not cooperating with me, even though I literally just copied this as is from the tutorial. So I'm like, okay, it's unexpected identifier. What's unexpected? The variable, the speed? Hello? So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is happening here. And then again, the tutorial is a little bit older, so I gave myself a little bit of a challenge to see like, okay, can I figure out how to resolve this even though like it's a different version of Godot? So yeah, right now I'm like, okay, the export is not working. Yeah, I don't know why it's blue. Why are you blue? What happens if I rewrite that? Just say export int, okay, and it's still blue. Okay, I don't know why. Goes 150. Yeah, I'm confused. Like, is it something different here? What's happening? Sounds like a nice challenge. Yeah, if I could figure it out, maybe it's a bit too advanced for me, but I want to see how my problem-solving skills are, personally. I can't just like be handheld all the time by a tutorial. But yeah, function, physics, process, delta.
And now I have a player and I have an enemy that I can spawn that's gonna go down. So now I need to spawn that enemy.
Maybe I need to figure out the spawning part.
That's gonna be the job of the enemy spawner. So let's create a new scene.
Okay, let's just do that.
It's gonna be a 2D scene. Let's call it enemy spawn.
Okay, enemy spawner. Cause what if the problem is that I just can't spawn it, you know? Then maybe it would work. If it doesn't work, then I'll go back.
Let's save this inside of the enemies folder. Let's add a script to this. This is gonna have 5 different positions that we're gonna use to spawn an enemy randomly. So let's create another node 2D. Let's call it.
So another node 2D. Okay.
This spawn positions.
Spawn positions. There we go.
At the end, and let's add 5 position 2Ds. Let's call these spawn.
Okay, so 5 of those. All right, I can do that. Huh? What? Wait.
Position at the end, and let's add 5 position 2.
Did y'all see that? This version of Godot does not have a position 2D. Okay. There's a few things off with this. This makes it kind of awkward. Which is why I also have another tutorial. Which is actually this one. This one is like made with my current version, right? So we can reference this. We already got the player character down. We're good on that. We do not have shooting lasers yet. But we could focus at least like the enemy scene. Yeah, let's focus on that one.
All you gotta do is
That I don't want ads. No. I will not. Whoa! Hey, sir! Get into personal space!
My friends, in this video, we're gonna create the enemy scene. In the end, we're gonna have this enemy that goes down, and we can shoot it with our laser. Let's get started. Okay, so the enemy scene is going to be very similar to the laser scene. So let's create a new scene first, and we're gonna make this an area 2D, just like the laser. But this one, we're gonna rename it to be the enemy. Let's save it inside of our scenes folder. And in here, we're gonna have a sprite 2D and a collision shape 2D.
Oh, it's not the circle one.
For
Okay.
the player, we
Wait,
use the
it is
collision
circle.
polygon. This one, I'm gonna go with the simpler option, which is a shape. But feel free to create a polygon for this as well. For the sprite, we're gonna use the spaceship 1 PNG that we have. I have a bunch of these. I'm just gonna use the first one. Let's click on the inspector first, and let's drag this here. It is a bit too large, probably just like the player. Let's go into the game scene and let's instance one of these. And next to the player, it does look a bit too large. So inside of the enemy scene, let's set the scale to be 0.65, let's say. And let's take a look at it. And that looks fine. Okay. So the enemy, just like the laser, needs a visible on-screen notifier. But it is going to be on the opposite side because this one will be going down instead of going up.
Wait, why would I
I'm
need a
gonna put
notifier?
this at the back, just like the laser, so
I'm
that
just
we
gonna
have a
listen
little
and
bit
watch.
of lag between the time this goes outside of the screen and the thing gets deleted. Let's also not forget to create a shape here. I'm just gonna create a circle. This looks fine. And we of course need to create a script here. Let's put this inside of the scripts folder. Let's create it.
Very good.
And here we're gonna make this go down. So let's create the physics process function. We need to
the global
access
position.
Y property of the global position, just like we did for the laser. In fact, we can copy this and use this, and it will work.
Okay, so let's go back to enemy. Right? We have that. Okay.
But
this time it doesn't have this. Okay. I'm gonna remove that for now.
In this case, we don't want to say negative speed because we are going in the opposite direction. Let's create the export variable, speed here as well, and let's set this to be like 150.
There's the problem. It's supposed to have an @ symbol. Okay, so it just changed slightly. At export, variable speed equals 150. There we go.
So this is going to be slower than
It's
the
just a
player.
different language.
Okay, with this much, the ship should be going down if we...
Right. Let's see how this goes. Does the ship go down? The ship does not go down! Oh, golly gee. I just want to see the enemy work at this point. Like, how's it look in 2D? It's supposed to look like this. Okay, and then play. No, it is not appearing. Oh, golly gee. Golly gee. What the frickin'? Okay. Okay. I'm fine.
Run the game. And as you can see, it is, but we can't really shoot it. So let's work on that. Okay.
I don't know why your version works, but mine doesn't. It's not popping up in the scene. Is it because it's not the main one? Is that what I'm seeing? Oh! Duh. Duh! Okay, okay, okay. I think I know what's happening. It's just not in this one. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Oh. Okay, where are my scenes? Alright, I'm gonna bring that scene to here because now I know why it's not appearing. You know, you kind of need the enemy under here. Is the enemy scene? There we go. There we go. That is probably what we needed. Okay? Yeah! Yeah, exactly. Okay, okay. Okay, we got it. So, it wasn't in the scene. That's what happened. But, hey, there was an enemy going down. Right? See? 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 It's moving! It's freaking moving! Correct. This is exactly what I wanted. Thank goodness. We got that down. Okay. I wasn't going insane. So I'm pretty happy. Instead, let's go continue with this one. I at least want to finish this version before going into the longer version.
Please. It's called the spawn position.
Although now I remember why we weren't looking at this one because its position 2D does not exist. And we'll probably deal with the spawning in this section real quick. Yeah, there's finishing touches, but
We need to start creating the interaction between the laser and the enemy and
I also don't have a laser. I do not have a laser.
the player. Because we also want the player to die when an enemy touches the player. I'm gonna go into the project settings, scroll down and go into the 2D physics section here underneath layer names. In here we're gonna create some physics layers. The first one is going to be the player, second one the enemy.
Interesting. So, going to the projects, that's project settings, and then if we go to general, and then layer names, yes, 2D render, we're going to call this one the player. Enemy, I'm assuming, yeah.
And the third one is going to be the laser. And we're gonna go into the each scene, starting with the player. Click on the character body and set the collision layer to be the first one, which it is by default. And this will look for, not for the player mask, but for the enemy. So because the enemy...
Oh, okay. So go into each one, go into the collisions. This one is connected to the second value, so layer 2. Hey Mighty, welcome on in. I am making a little game based on the tutorial, technically 2 tutorials, just going from there. This one is going to be a little bit of a challenge because this has a lot more layers compared to Pong, because I have to deal with a player character that is shooting and then enemies that spawn in. So a little challenge there. How are you, Mighty Scandere? Let me see here.
Won't be shooting lasers. We don't need to check for lasers.
I also don't have a layer section. I love games. What type of game? So this one's like Galaga Space Invaders. It's a space shooter game that's a 2D platform. Let me show you how it's looking so far. So far I got the player character moving and I also got the enemy moving. But yeah, I just started a few minutes ago. Well, less than an hour ago. And I am just trying to get the basics in. I did not create the art assets myself. I am using Kenny's assets. Kenny is someone that makes a lot of free game developer assets. Highly recommend them if you just want to learn to make something real quick. So, yeah. And the main games that I'm trying to make in Godot are classic games. I want to learn from the classic ones to see, like, okay, how can I, like, better understand game development? It's also like a cool history lesson, in my opinion. Me, I was so happy earlier that I got tired. Oh no! Well, I'm glad that you're happy, but oh no on the tired part. Okay. So I saw that he has a whole freaking laser thing, so we are going to do something about that. We will probably have to need to go back here, but I kind of want to deal with the enemies. Classic, so like those 8-bit I played back in 2008. Yep, pretty much.
But if in the future we decided to...
Okay, so I don't think I can continue with the enemy scene until, like, I figure out the freaking laser stuff. Because this one did not have any lasers involved, and I could clearly feel that, hey, it's outdated. So, probably need to focus more on this, but let's try to make it as quick as possible.
In this video, we're gonna create the laser scene and shoot it from the player. In the end, it's gonna look like this. I can hold down the space bar, and the player is shooting lasers. Let's get started. The laser is going to be a new scene, so let's create one.
New scene, new scene. We're going to move it here. And then?
This is going to be an area 2D.
Okay, so other node, area 2D. We're going to name this to laser. Just for consistency.
Because we simply want to detect when a laser touches something else. And then area 2D is the perfect use case for this. I'm gonna rename this to be a laser and save this inside of...
And then save this inside of player character. So player, save.
The scenes folder. Next I'm gonna create a sprite 2D here and the collision shape.
Okay, so sprite 2D. And then collision shape 2D, I believe. Let me see, a child node. Yeah, collision shape. Okay. So the sprite 2D, I'm assuming we just need to import the texture there. So the texture that I have is under PNG. I believe it's under lasers. Yeah, there's a laser blue.
For the sprite, we're gonna use this texture that I have called laserred.png.
Oh, I mean, I guess we can get the red one. Yeah, maybe the red one would be better to appear. To be honest, I did mischief. Me knowing I have some even in me equal to my kindness, I want to see what type of chaos I could do. I got insulted so much, I laughed like a maniac. Oh, okay, you're being a little naughty, I see. It do be like that. Okay, so that's our laser. Hello, little laser.
And by default, it's probably gonna be too large, but let's see.
How do you move this? Oh.
I'm actually gonna instance a player here. So.
Oh, instance. Player. Oh, okay.
So that we can see the laser next to the player.
See the laser next to said player. Oh, can I move you? Okay.
And it doesn't look too bad, but still I want.
One of my goals is making a game, but it turns out not yet. Ah, I feel that though. Cause like when it comes to games, there's such a high barrier of entry. That's why it's like it's best to just start out with like the basics, then take it step by step. Cause I'm very excited to see like how much I will learn within a year and reflect back on my journey. Like that's my goal, to be able to do all these tutorials like for a full year and see how it goes from there.
To make it a little smaller, so maybe let's go for 0.8.
I'm gonna change the size of this transform to be 0.8. I kind of like the size already, but it's okay.
The scale. Let's move it down. I think it looks fine. I'm gonna get rid of the player.
Wait, do I want to delete node player?
I think it looks fine. I'm gonna get rid of the player. And
well, it's not gonna permanently delete, I think. Yeah, it won't permanently delete. That's good.
And let's create the collision shape.
Okay, collision shape. I'm assuming my collision shape would be...
So this can be either a rectangle or a capsule. Let's go with a capsule.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with capsule shape. And then from there... Okay. Something like that.
It is a nicer shape, I think. And that looks fine. We also want to create a visibility, visible on screen notification.
Visible... Interesting. Visible on-screen enabler 2D. I've never seen this before, but we shall see.
Fire here, so that we can delete the laser when it goes outside of the screen. And we can put this at the end here. I'm gonna make it a little smaller. We'll put it at the bottom here, a little bit below.
Interesting. Okay, a little bit below, like right there. Mighty says, I learned the basics of informatics, got the diploma, couldn't continue because I don't have the grad, so I did 2 years studying bank. Now I'm just waiting the making of my diploma and I may work. Ah, okay. And Carol, what's up, Nethyr? Seems like I managed to catch your stream today. And with manage, I mean I woke up after 3 hours. What, 3 hours? Go back to sleep! It's okay if you can't make it. Oh my goodness, Carol, it's okay, but welcome on in. You don't need to stay up, it's okay. Man, I really need to make an EU-friendly stream because I feel bad for y'all. Because I'm stuck in a Pacific time, so my streams are not the most convenient, unfortunately. But thank you so much for coming by. You don't need to stick around. I know you're tired. Please rest up, please. Oh my goodness.
The end of the laser so that it gets deleted just a little bit after.
Well, you woke up early. I didn't sleep yet. It's 5. What? Why are y'all not sleeping? What are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, please get sleep. Oh my goodness. Y'all can watch my VODs at least. Please take care of yourselves. Kind of concerning. Y'all, please rest.
The sprite and the collision shape exit.
Oh, what was it?
Put it at the bottom here, a little bit below the end of the laser so that it gets deleted just a little bit after the sprite and the collision shape exits the screen. Okay, next up we need to create the script.
Okay, now a script time. I'll save this. Go here, add script.
Create some functionality.
It's fine. It's freaking 3 hours, Carol. At least get 7 hours of sleep. I'll probably go to sleep in a moment. Okay, good. Jeez Louise, Carol, you're worrying me.
here. Let's put this inside of the script.
Don't worry, Lamau. I have been like that for two months. I reversed my time zone to wake up with American. Is there a reason why you did that? Is it for work?
Scripts folder, and let's create this script. Inside of here, we're not going to do anything complicated. We're going to make this move, so we need to bring physics.
Physics. Okay, I know what that means. We're going to bring the function physics process delta. Yeah. Yeah. What the? Huh? Excuse me?
Process back. And in here, we're just going to access
the global position. Global position. I assume that y. And then it's going to equal, like, well, plus equal the speed x delta, at least for the movement. No way, I love talking to you, and I only watch VODs if I'm not in the stream. I love being unexpected in my friend's stream. Oh, okay. I see.
The global position, because this isn't a character body, this is an area 2D, so we don't have the convenient move and slide function. We need to access the position manually like this. And in this case, we're only interested in the Y component here.
I knew it, it's the Y, because the Y, we're focused on the vertical, and since it's a laser, it's going only upwards. So, okay, I guess right.
Because we want this to move up. We don't care about the right and the left directions.
Yeah.
We're gonna add this each frame a speed, which we're gonna create, and we're gonna multiply this by delta because we're trying to add something each frame, and to make that frame rate.
I did it! Okay, I understood that.
Multiply it by delta. And this speed is going to be negative.
Yeah, that's the part, because it's going up, so you want to go negative.
Because up in Godot is negative, and in this case, laser will go up. Let's create the export.
Okay, and then exporting the variable for the speed. So I'm assuming it's at export variable speed equals like 150, something like that, to define the speed of the laser itself.
Export variable speed, and let's set this to be so the player moves at 300, so this should at least be 600, I think.
Oh, okay, double the speed. Okay, but I had the right idea that, hey, to add the speed of the movement, you have to define the variable for speed.
And even
I'm learning.
Might not be enough. We'll see. Okay, so this should be enough to make it go up. So before we start spawning this from the player, let's go to the game scene and let's instance a laser here.
We're gonna control S this, then we'll go back to world, and then we need to instance the laser. There we go. We instance the laser.
And let's put it at the bottom, and let's run the game.
And then we put this at the bottom. Okay. What, okay. Okay, I did something. I'm gonna move this one at the bottom. Okay. Come here, laser. You will be at the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna put you here for now. Ah. Nope, I just switched the time so I can chat with friends and catch streams. Okay. And so from all the info I know, it's a classic 8-bit game streams at. Is it like the famous ships with aliens? Yes! Yes, Space Invaders. It's actually one of my favorite classic games, and this was suggested last stream. And the fact that people suggested that made me really happy, because I'm like, I'm recreating the game that I loved to play as a kid. So this is pretty nostalgic for me, that I'm actually like becoming skilled enough to do this. So I'm pretty happy. I'll tab.
Yes, we can see that it is going.
Okay, let's see. Let's see the laser. Okay, the laser is not going up. That is a little problem, because we want this to go up. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, it does go up. Okay, cool. Do you see that? The laser actually did move up. And yes, that's the enemy too. Okay, it's going upwards. Cool. Very good sign.
Up, that is all good. Now we can think about instancing the laser scene from the player, or first we can use the visible on-screen notifier that we created here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna click on it, take a look at its signals. It has the screen exited signal, which is emitted when this visibility notifier.
So let's go to laser real quick. We want to go here, and then we want to see what nodes it has. It has all of these nodes on the right.
Exits the screen. We're going to connect this signal to the laser script. Exits the screen. We're going to connect this signal to the laser script.
Okay, so we're going to connect the scene. Laser script, connect it. Okay. It's funny how I'm doing GPU driver development for a living, but never end up learning programming anything more complex or using Godot or something similar. Really? Huh. I guess like within programming you just specialize in something. So that makes sense. It's funny how I'm doing GPU but never end up learning programming anything more complex or using Godot or something similar. I feel like it's just a different skill set, like doing GPU driver development. Let's see. Mighty says, I never played it, but I saw the original CD. I was playing another game. From little memory ones look like climbing by jumping and you 8 attack ninjas. If you stay too long, an immortal fire ends your game. I'm trying to see, does that feel familiar to me? I don't think it's familiar to me. And you attack ninjas. I don't think that's familiar to me, actually. Huh.
So when the laser exits the screen, we don't need it anymore.
Okay, don't need this anymore.
So we can just call Q free.
Q free, which is this function.
And this will take care of the lasers that we shoot and miss the target. Okay, now we can go to the player scene.
Okay, we're gonna save this. Go to the player scene.
And in here we're gonna spawn the laser when the shoot input action is pressed. I'm gonna create a marker 2D here.
So we're gonna go player 2 and then we're gonna create a marker 2D. Marker 2D.
Now I'm gonna call this muzzle.
Okay. Muzzle makes sense because that's where you shoot the laser from.
And this is gonna represent the point that the player shoots.
Okay, represents the point that the player shoots from. I'm gonna have it shoot from there. Yeah, though, it would be kind of fun developing a simple game or something. It's really fun! Like, when I tried making Pong with the tutorial, I felt like I made a really big achievement doing that. Because, like, it really takes... I've always wanted to code and stuff, but I always felt like it was very intimidating, but doing these tutorials really encouraged me to, like, do the best I can and celebrate those little wins I get. The console from my memory looks like a mini PS1 with carts you put up, and the controls have 2 buttons and left and 4 in right, I hope. Ah, the console. Yep. That's not. I don't know if I recognize that. Like, most of the games that I played were either like on arcades or they were on the Game Boy Advance, the DS. Like, I grew up with mainly Nintendo games.
The laser from. We're gonna use the global position of this, basically. And inside of the script, I'm gonna create a variable to hold the laser scene.
Okay. Oh, it has a very, very much different code. I might want to copy this one, but I don't know.
And we're gonna preload the packed.
So I definitely want to have the variable laser scene. Reload. I grew up with PlayStation, so I don't know much about Nintendo besides the drama. Ah, that's fair. That's fair.
Scene here. Laser.tscn. We're gonna create a function called shoot, and in this function we're gonna shoot the laser.
Okay, so RSES. Make it easier on me. I don't think that's correct. I think it's with them player. Oh, I should probably like have. I have a feeling it's not correct, but we shall see. Okay, and then scenes. Okay, and then I believe it's this one. Yeah, this should be it. Yeah, okay.
In fact, we're actually not gonna do that. We're gonna create a signal up here called laser shot.
Signal. Laser shot.
And we're just gonna emit this signal here.
And then the function to shoot. Function. Shoot. Colon.
Because if we instance the laser here inside of the player and add it as a child of the player, then the position of the laser will be affected by the player, and we don't want that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create the signal emitted when the shoot action is pressed, and then in the game script we're gonna connect this signal and instance the laser there and add it as a child of the game scene. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the process function here, because this isn't...
Oh wait, the function process is here already. So let me just rearrange it. Yeah, I'm gonna put this here.
a physics thing that we're doing, so we don't need to use physics process. We can just do this inside of regular process.
If I ever made a game, I wish it would be very free. Like, you can do anything and your character can be fully customized, just like in the avatars and VR chat. Ooh, okay, so like, are you saying it's a free-to-play game?
And in here we're gonna do a check for is action just pressed.
Just press. For shoot.
Shoot. So when the shoot action is pressed, in this case the spacebar, we're just gonna call the shoot function that we created. And in here, let's do a few things. Actually, let's see. We can either instance the laser here and send the instance with the signal, or we can just send the preloaded packed scene with the signal and then we can instance it inside of the game script. Let's do it that way. So this signal will actually take the laser scene and the location that we want to put this laser.
For me, my dream game is to be able to make like a basically have the same mechanics as Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but with its own characters. A game that's like that is Sheeran the Wanderer. I really like that pixel-styled game and just like creating your own parties and stuff and dungeon. That's even free to play. I would add gacha because it's funny, and I would add transactions, but I will make them very okay. Like $1 for enough pulls to get the items you want. Ah, okay. So you have to look into game economy. Oh boy, like the art of making a free-to-play gacha game is really an art form, especially when trying to like attract a base where like you're funding enough for your company and you can support projects, but also like appeal to the fan base. It's very, very difficult. Like not a lot of people can make that happen, and the fact that MiHoYo, like Hoyoverse, was able to do that is very impressive. Blizzard, they were able to do that with WoW, which is also very impressive. It takes a lot to sustain a free-to-play gacha game. Although there's not really gacha elements in WoW, but looking at Hoyoverse, they really perfected that formula by having actually really good storytelling narrative and really engaging character designs that people like. So it's a lot to balance out. And honestly, free to play, like anything that where you can be very free, those are the most difficult games to create ever. One game that I really love to play is Mabinogi, and it's literally like a free to play gacha game. And it's very flexible in what you can do, but the graphics are a little bit on the outdated side. So it's and the reason why it's outdated is because the mechanics to update it would be very hard to update in general. Like there's just so many systems involved and so many loops to keep in mind that to recreate it would take like many years of someone's life. So you have a really cool idea. Just the scope of making said game will take more than just you if you want it to happen in reality. And scope is something to really keep in mind when you're developing a game, because if you are not careful, you keep adding these features, the game never gets made. At least that's from my experience.
On. And in shoot we can simply say laser shot, which is the signal.
Oh, okay. And then change the... just check.
Dot emit, and then we need to give the arguments. The first one is going to be the laser scene that we preloaded here. The second one is going to be the position. In this case, we're going to give the position of the muzzle. So let's quickly create a reference to it up here. And down here we can just...
The expert... Oh boy. This coding is gonna be quite a big one. Signal laser shot. Okay. Whoopsies. Yeah, we're gonna do at export or speed, and then I'm gonna make this as basically the same code because it's gonna get really messy real quick. And then this will be on ready. On ready, variable muzzle equals. Ah, with the dollar sign. Yeah, that's what I was missing. Dollar sign to reference it directly. And did that not work?
Say muzzle.global position.
Ah, okay. The muzzle.global muzzle.global position.
And the shoot function is basically complete. We're basically...
Okay, at least got the shoot function. But goddamn, I think my code is very messy right now. Oh boy. Mighty says, I want to be a solo dev and wish not to be that big. All the premise of my game is for fun, and making it as a hobby and seeing people having fun on it would be more valuable than money. My opinions on that are vastly different, I think. Because, like, it depends on your goal. Because if you want to be a solo dev, do you want to be a solo dev in terms of you want to be able to sustain that for your own livelihood, or do you want to be a solo hobbyist dev? Because those are two very completely different directions, and a lot of your decisions will be based on whether or not you're a hobbyist versus you want to do this for a career. Very, very different. Because something that I personally have thought about, that my friends have asked me, like, oh, Nethyr, do you want to be making games and such? Technically, yes. Yes, I do. I mean, I work in the games industry. But do I want to specifically be a game developer programming said games? Not necessarily for a career. Very different. Because I like making things, but I don't want to, like... It's very different for me as someone that is in industry and is also doing this as a hobby. Basically, what I'm doing is just like learning a bunch of skills that I just think it's for fun, but it's not necessarily applicable to my day-to-day job. Now, what exactly is my day-to-day job? I will not fully explain it. I think it's better if I show it, if that makes sense. Just for more safety reasons. But would I want to be a game developer, specifically a programmer for a game, and have that be my full career? No. Why? Because this takes a whole different skill set that I personally do not have, and as you can see, I am clearly still learning. And right now, I just want to focus on learning and having fun with it, because if I add the pressure of like, hey, changing careers, that's gonna make me stop. Let's see. Mighty says, I want to be solo because I don't trust anyone to make what I want. And by being solo makes me forced to handle and understand everything myself. Like surviving on an island that is safe. Hobby heavy. Okay, so your goal as a game dev is just to do it as a hobby. Did I think your current mindset works? But if you're someone that's like, I just want to put something out there, it may not necessarily be the most effective way to put something out there. Because again, scope creep comes in, and when you keep in mind of scope creep, it means that you're basically in development forever, and you need to define a stopping point for your game development so that you can actually put something out there so that players can play it. Otherwise, like, you're always working on it, but no one gets to see it. And I feel like not a lot of people want to be stuck in that. And one of the main problems of that is just being stuck in perfectionism. That's why I'm like okay with like the mistakes I'm making right now.
Emitting the signal and
Okay, I kind of want to reference this, so I'm gonna put it to the side here. Okay, gonna have that in theater mode, and then I am literally going to rewrite this. Oh boy. Okay, GD. Okay. Player extends area. Interesting. So right off the bat, the freaking tutorial here. The first one I did was an area 2D, right? But here it's a character body 2D. It makes me wonder, can I change it? Question mark? That would be kind of nice if I can. But I don't want to change too many things, because that's going to be a struggle. Yeah, we got the physics. The physics process delta. Oh, interesting. Okay, it determines the var direction. I guess it's similar to this one, except like it's more of a variable, so let's do that. Variable equals vector 2 / input dot get dot axis, and then it would be the move left, all right, and then move right. I'm gonna make sure we have this. Okay. And then from there, comma, input.get underscore access, move up, and then move down. Okay. I see that this is now void, so let's go ahead and remove this. Kind of void? Question mark? Alright, this will be very interesting. Oh, it works. Okay, cool. Then we have to remove that. So, yeah, I'm rewriting my code based on what I see here, and it's very different. Maybe next time I should only stick to tutorials that explicitly say that it's Godot 4, otherwise I'm gonna struggle quite a bit. But hey, I'm learning, right? That's what matters. Okay, there's like a move ready, but I don't think I need that. Yeah, so we're gonna do that one, and it has a shoot. Oh man, velocity. Interesting. And then speed. I wonder why it's not expecting closing. Oh, it's probably expecting that kind of closing. Now it's wrong. Now it's wrong. What is happening here? I understand. It's still a domain I'm not familiar at all. I don't even know coding, but I know that if I love something, I learn fast. It might happen, it might not. That's fair, that's fair. Because, like, the best way to learn if you are going to like being in the games industry is to join a game jam. Because from my experience, a game jam is a very, very small slice of a very realistic game development process. Whether it's an indie or in AAA, it is very similar. And as someone that does work in AAA, I can attest to that. There is a similarity between the two. And when you try a game jam, try to assess whether or not you like being in that environment before continuing. For me, I was like, you know, this environment isn't too bad as long as I'm with the right people, and that helped me determine whether or not to continue pursuing in games, because the games industry is a very passion-driven industry, which means there is a passion tax. And that passion tax impacts how much you're getting paid. Because when everyone wants to get into the games industry, people can make cuts to hire people, and they may not be paid as much compared to other people in the tech industry. It's just what's currently happening. And personally, this is my own view, I don't think it's the most sustainable way to like it's not the most sustainable way for the games industry to exist, because without its people you don't have the games. And if you see what's been happening in the games industry, yeah, I have opinions. I won't say a lot of them here because I like to keep most of it to myself, and I like to just focus on like learning and having fun, but there's some IRL things to keep in mind. Like, I highly advise that if you genuinely want to be part of this industry, do a game jam. Whether it's global game jam or it's a game jam that's just with your friends, challenging yourselves, just making a game within a full weekend and having that really quick turnaround, it's a very good example and like experience to see whether or not you would be ready and to prepare yourself to get in. I have such a precise type of game I like, so might be scuff but funny. Fair enough, fair. And honestly, it's why I like small games a lot, because they don't overwhelm me. And then there's something like Call of Duty, where Call of Duty is technically multiple games in one. So I have experience with little itty bitty games and big games, like big. Carol, it's really sad how some parts of the IT And as an extension to that, game dev as well burns through some exactly. The industry, the tech industry very much burns people out, especially when you're not ready with like the cons of said industry. When there's not a lot of security to like pursue what you want, it really, really gets to people. And one of the things I actually struggle with a lot when in tech is like realizing that what I loved was no longer a hobby and it's now a full-time job. And I realized that, hey, I need to have boundaries between my full-time job that is 40 hours a week and my personal life. That's why when you see me stream, even though I've been like in tech for a while, I stream mainly to like just for self-enrichment, and that's why like learning this is more fun for me because it's different from like my day job. And for me, like just learning things is what is fun for me. But let me continue like readjusting my code because like I'm realizing the problems here, and it is actually. I wonder, can I change it real quick? Like character body. Okay, can I do that? Can I do that? Oh, I can do that. I can change it. Okay, that makes things a little easier. Okay, and I know how to do that. Okay, I don't know why this is wrong. I feel like I have to redo everything just from scratch. Low-key, I feel like that, but I think it's okay. It's okay because I'm learning from my mistakes. These are happy mistakes. I'm in a very, very, very luxurious position that what I love doing, upstream FOSS development, is what I'm getting paid for, and I'm mostly deciding for myself what to work. Yeah, that is a very luxurious position to be in. Not a lot of people are in a place where their job is what they love, and it can be really hard to figure that out. Learning, adopting, getting stronger in mind, having an opinion, in one word, growth. Yeah. I definitely had to grow a lot as a person before like fully diving into things. Like I had to ask myself multiple times, despite what I hear in the games industry, do I still want to be part of this industry? Yes or no? I said yes because I felt like games for me are one of the big reasons why I'm still alive. And my main motivation is to give back to the games industry. Because I am thankful for what video games has given to me. And that's why I like learning about it because hey, I get to see the behind the scenes of like what helped me when I was younger. And I know that's a little bit on the deeper side of things, but that's like my main motivation for games in general. Like games has helped me a lot. So the least I could do is give back and help make games that help more people out, whether it's to help them de-stress from a long day at work or just like having fun with friends. I want to give back and give good experiences to people. I can relate. I always leave everything after getting into an intermediate level because getting advanced needs grinding and I lose interest. True. Facts. I honestly feel that right now because I do want to continue growing in my own career, but it's just like I'm realizing that I just want to live. And I'm trying to figure out what it means to live too. Also, Umang Baswan. Are you Filipino, perchance? Because that sounds very Tagalog to me. I'm not fluent in Tagalog, but that looks very Tagalog to me. And yes, my American accent is like making me sound awful in Tagalog, but yeah. Okay, so figuring out my coding. Let's see here. Function shoot is down. Okay, expected closing after call argument. In row 19. Nah, but you're close. Okay. Umang +1. Okay. I was just wondering, because I'm like, it sounds familiar, but I'm not so sure what other language it could be. Let's see. I got the move right. I got the move up, move down. And then I'm going to assume it's this. I need the parentheses. I feel like the parentheses are what's wrong here. Yeah. Okay. Found indent instead. So, am I supposed to unindent? Okay, yeah, I'm supposed to remove the indent. Yes, but now this is wrong. I can't read line 18, but maybe it needs a parentheses. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It needs a parentheses somewhere, but I don't know where. Like, it has a parentheses here. It has it here. It has here. It has it there. So this one should be fine. Error on 1839. Cannot find property axes on base callable. Oh, I have to determine that. Anyway, getting tired again, so I think I'll be able to get more sleep. So I'm resting for the day. See ya, Nethyr. See ya, Carol. Thank you for coming by. It was nice to see ya. But okay, so apparently get access. Oh! 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 It was the dot! It was the freaking dot in my coding that got in the way! I had a dot, not a freaking underscore. That's why my coding was wrong. I'm gonna save this. This is why I referenced the video. Hi, Praxis and Theory, welcome on in. Hope you've been doing well. I am coding the player right now. I'm trying to make sure it can get at least pew pew. Of course, yeah, of course it was a dot. I was like, God damn it. I was like, something with the access? What's wrong? And then I realized, like, wait a minute. This one has an underscore. This one didn't. A dot? Dark magic, yeah. Yeah, it's a freaking period. Like, period. Okay, I'm happy. We figured it out, but let's continue the laser thing, eh? Alright. Here.
Passing the laser scene and the position of the muzzle, the global position of the muzzle. Now we need to go to the game scene, and we can either connect the signal from the...
By the way, kind of hard to type. Oh, it's all good. Lol, that's a mood. The simple mistakes like that are the easiest to make. Yeah, and I'm just learning. This is only my second week. Well, I've been learning Godot at least... Let's see... 2, 4, 6, 8... At least 10 hours of Godot so far. I think I'm in a good place. Decently.
Inspector, or we can just do it inside of our script here because we already have a nice reference to the player here, so why not connect the signal in here as well. I'm gonna say player.lasershot.connect, and we're gonna connect this to on player laser.
I need a pause here. Have you done game dev with any other engines before? I've worked with Unity, but not a lot, because, like, my prior experiences are related to writing and art. So I basically provided assets to the programmers, and then they did their thing. Me, I didn't really program too much, but I can be quite creative in the arts and writing if need to be. That's why I want to make visual novels. And sure, I could learn RenPy, but I felt like if I want to make something like an RPG or a MMO, MMOs would be way too damn hard. But RPG, a simple one, or a mystery dungeon roguelite, though I would love to make those games. Oh, gotcha. I'm the other way around. I'm a programmer, but I can't do art. Ah, okay. I've been learning art for at least, like, almost 20 years or so, I think. Yeah, it's almost 20 years. Yesterday, I was wrestling with my brother. Normal dude's playing. Got injured, have a finger with less. No! Mighty, no! At least I hope you have a band-aid on it, like you disinfected it and all. Gosh, you don't want to get infection. Please take care of yourself. But yes, I am learning. My Mondays are for learning Godot, because I want to make cool things in Godot. First used Godot about 2 months ago, but it came super natural to me with my coding experience. Nice. have I have barely any coding experience, and yet I'm part of No Pointer Live, which is really freaking funny. I just got it due to mainly connections and my other expertise that is very necessary for tech in general. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna learn coding. If I'm gonna be in a group of VTubers that code, I might as well learn coding. And I've always wanted to learn anyways, so it just made sense. But yeah, I want to get at least the player character done, so that we can at least do the enemies next week. That's my plan.
Shots. Of course, we need to create.
But yeah, as you can see, this code looks a little bit different compared to my freaking code for the world itself. Just a little bit. Oh, I don't have any code for the world itself. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. So the funny thing is, I was following the tutorial that states, oh, how to make a space shooter 20 minutes. Okay, I can reference that. But there's also another tutorial made by the same person. That is how to make a space shooter game in Godot 4 completely. I should have followed the Godot 4 one. Because it would make things a lot easier. So we will be fixing up all of this. What gonna call this world? Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna copy this code. The on ready, I don't know what that means, but we're just gonna get everything in. We're gonna type it all up. Because I just do things. I just exist, man. I just want to get this done. You know? I'm learning from my mistakes, and when you make mistakes, that's when you learn. Ah, no! Like, no pointer. Yes, okay. I don't want no new. Just go there. Yeah, just there. And then here, so there's at least a player equals get dot underscore tree parentheses dot get the first node in group, which is the player. Okay, got the player in. And then we assert player equals null. Then player dot the global position of said player. And it equals to the player spawn location, I'm assuming. Yeah, the spawn position, which is considered the global position. Okay. And then we want to add the laser, which is a player dot laser underscore shot dot connect. So on player laser shot. Okay, and then the function process delta, we're gonna add that too, because I see it down there and I just want to be at a good pace. Please. Okay, if the input like is the action just pressed equals quit. And then colon get the tree dot quit. I just want to get this done, so if I'm not responding to chat right now, it's because I just want to get this done. Just press. Get tree. Dot reload current scene. Okay, something like that. Yeah. Alright, and then figure out this one because I know we're working on that. I have no art experience. Rarely do pixel arts, and my far family tell me I'm good at drawing. Man, I don't have patience for it. Yeah, drawing and art takes a lot of patience and understanding how light affects materials. That is literally like what art is. It's just like the relation between how a material, an object interacts with light and the perception of light and such. At least that's what it looks like in my eyes. Because these shapes that you see, like, it changes a lot with different lighting. I've done art on and off for like almost a decade or so. I'm not the best at it, but you know this design that you see? The model that I'm using? I did not draw it, but I designed this model and I just got a better artist to polish it up. So I have some decent skill, at least in communicating my intent with the design. So I at least have that going for me, which is pretty neat. Alright, let's continue.
This function, which I'm gonna do down here, and this will take.
Okay, so I have to define the function below if I'm gonna use that. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Because, like, if you're gonna use something that's defined here, you obviously need to reference it, right? Because, like, I'm trying to communicate with the computer that, hey, this exists. Also, if I sound a little bit rough, it's just that...
In the laser scene.
Let me see. Can I see that? Dude, your cursor's in the way. I can't see that if your cursor's in the way. God damn it. Okay, on player. I'm gonna assume it's underscore laser shot.
And the location. So we are being passed these. Remember, we gave it to the signal here, and now we're getting it back.
Laser shot emit?
And in here
what?
we can simply create.
Hello? Okay, on player, laser underscore. Okay, I did that correctly. And then we're going to define the variable.
Create a new instance of the laser by saying laser scene.instantiate. I hope I spelled that right. Then we need to use the global position and set that to the location that we got passed. And finally, we can add this laser as a child. And instead of adding it as a child of the game, I'm going to create a new node here. This is going to be a node 2D called laser.
Laser? You know, I think by the end of this, I'm just going to really hate lasers.
Container.
Okay, container for the lasers. Yay. Okay, I believe it's a node 2D. Gonna add that there, and then this will be the laser container.
So that it is all nice and tidy inside of our main game scene. Let's create a reference to this. And we can simply say laser container.addChild laser. Let's try this and see.
Wait, before I try that, let me look at this. Please. Please give me a chance. I just want to get the player done. Okay. Wow. Let's see, is it possible for a solo dev to make a Dead Cells-like game in 5 to 6 years? Solo dev, okay. I have to look at Dead Cells for a little bit. But So it really depends on the skills of said solo dev. Like, there's a lot of variables in mind. One, how much experience do you have making those types of games? 2, are you going to be making the art yourself? 3, are you experienced with animations for that? 2, are the game mechanics going to be similar to Dead Cells, or is there going to be something else added to it to make it differentiated from Dead Cells? Is there going to be a narrative involved? There's a lot of variables involved with that question that you asked. Do I think it's possible? I think it's only possible when you have enough funds and resources to focus the majority of your time on that. But if you have a full-time job alongside of being a hobbyist solo dev, it's going to be difficult to make a game within 5 to 6 years. You have to genuinely focus on that. For that time span. So for me, my most definite answer is it'll be very difficult to achieve within 5 to 6 years if you're just starting out as a solo dev. But once you got multiple games under your belt as a solo dev, you might have a higher chance, because at that point you understand how you work personally, you know how to manage your time well, you know what are your current skills, and once you keep that in mind, it's easier to plan ahead on how to make a game, because one of the important documents to make for game development is a GDD, which is a game design document. And it details out like what exactly this game will entail completely. And with that, you can use that to pace yourself as well. But if you're just starting out, all of those details are super daunting and it can be very intimidating. So that's why what I'm doing, which is recreating classic games, helps make game development a little bit more friendlier and a lot less intimidating. Let's see. Let's skip all those steps and make an Elden Ring No! No! Nuh-uh! Do you know how long Elden Ring was made? And how many people were part of that? No! Nuh-uh! How long has Elden Ring been in development? At least a few decades. Wait, it took around 5 years. Okay, so 5 years. But keep in mind of how many people were on the development team. For each one of them is 5 years of their life to make Elden Ring. And it started in 2017. There is so much that happens in game development. My goodness. A lot of layers. Like each game, there's a saying that a game is a miracle, and they are completely right. It is absolutely a freaking miracle. You'd win? You'd win? Damn. I admire your confidence. I guess you could say I'm jaded. That's a lot of paychecks to pay. Exactly. Yeah. Like the production side of a game is insane. And honestly, I admire any producer of a game because one, you're managing a bunch of people. You have to manage those projects. You have to know what the projects are and to be able to communicate to get those projects going. Producers, when you're under a very good producer, is amazing. Man, besides Elden Ring, I can't see any new game being fun for me. I haven't played it yet. I wish I could. So, my question is, what type of games do you like? Do you like open world experiences? Something with a lot of narrative? Do you prefer single player or multiplayer? There's a lot of variables in what you like in a game. Yeah, code is crazy, man. Programmers are, they're absolute wizards. That's why, like, learning bit by bit how they do this is really fun. To just see, like, the behind the scenes of it all. Okay, so okay, define the variable, got the location in, and then they're gonna type something on ready.
Initiate. I hope I spelled that right. Then
yeah, I instantiate. Yes, I did. I did instantiate the thing.
We need to use the global position and set that to the location that we got passed. And finally, we can add this laser as a child. And instead of adding it as a child of the game, I'm gonna create a new node here. This is gonna be a node 2D called.
Okay. Okay, that's what I did. And then I just add the laser container. So that it is all nice and tidy inside of our main game scene. Let's create a reference to this. And we can simply say laser container.addChild. Oh shit, if I knew you were still streaming, I would have rated you low. You usually done around the time Oh, it's all good, Rogue Ren. It's all good. Hope you've been doing well. I am just continuing because I really want to get at least a player done before I head to bed. Cause I'm in the weeds of this. I will do this. Mighty. I love open world. Nice story that I especially enjoy. Have nice characters, good combat, good enemies, and fun quests and freedom. Ooh. Okay. Have you played Cyberpunk 2077? When Cyberpunk 2077 first came out, there were lots of bad press about it, but I highly, highly believe that it has changed a lot since its release. I've been told by friends and colleagues that the mechanics are a lot better, and it has the open world experience that you're looking for. So definitely recommend that. And Baldur's Gate 3 is not as open world, but it is very much more narrative focused. And I do personally enjoy the combat. But however, the combat is very niche, so if you don't like turn-based, it may not be your thing. But I like turn-based games, so Baldur's Gate 3 is my jam. Ooh, The Witcher 3, yeah. Yeah, that's some good stuff. I personally play an MMO myself that is very freeing called Mabinogi. It's very old. It was released in 2012 in America. It's been around for like 22 years or 22 years in total, and it just only recently released an announcement about Mabinogi Eternity where all of Mabinogi is going to be in Unreal Engine. So, yeah. There's a lot of interesting games out there that definitely fit the bill.
Laser.
Laser. Laser. Laser.
Let's try this.
Okay. If it works, it works. I really dang hope so. Oh! Script inherits from native type created by 2D, so it can't be assigned to an object of area 2. Yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. When the world is a character. Wait. The world is a character body 2D. Wait a minute. Wait, that's my player, right? So let's go to here. Can I change this? Can I change this? I have a feeling I have to remake the player and then reattach the freaking script. I'm gonna be very annoyed. I'm gonna be very annoyed. Okay, we're gonna just add child. I made a mistake. This has been a mistake. Nope, I never played it, but I've seen it. It looks like GTA Futuristic. Not a fan of future stuff. Rare turn-based games I like, just Pokemon. I like a good luck system with a bit of difficulty. Okay, so fantasy, probably Baldur's Gate 3. I ban myself from MMOs. I don't enjoy them if I don't commit to them, and I don't have time for the rest of my life if I do. Fair enough, fair enough. The only reason I stuck with Mabinogi is because I spent a lot of money on their pets, and I don't want to get rid of my pets. And I just really enjoy the fact that they use Celtic mythology for their game. It's very fun, and I like the retro feel of it. I like retro games a lot. I want to play as many of them as I could. Because I definitely did not have time when I was younger to play them. Yeah, I have to change the character. So we are going to make it a character body. Character body 2D. This is gonna be a doozy. I literally kind of want to like restart this completely. I low-key want to, but I want to at least finish the freaking player character. Okay, can I change edible to? Let's detach the script for that. Okay. Let me look at the player. Yeah, the script has been detached, so we should be good. I am going to delete this player. I will cry, but it's okay. We detached the script. The script is on its own. It's on its own. I hate Baldur's Gate for more than gameplay reasons. Okay. I mean, if you don't like it, then you don't like it. Let's see. Character body 2D. And then I am going to attach. Yeah. Okay, wait, not yet. Let's call this one player. Yeah. Why am I doing this to myself? Okay, and then within the player itself. Wait. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I am shooting myself in the foot with this. Okay. Okay, so we are going to make a new script. Create. I see the player GD, this one. What? Huh? What the? Wait a minute. Wait, what? Do you see this? I capitalized player, right? But it's having these details in. I don't remember writing this. Is the same thing happening? What? Huh? Well, I am just gonna copy this and I'm gonna move it and I'm gonna delete it. We're just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with the flow. I don't know what this is. So we're gonna Control V. Okay, we're gonna Control V that. We're gonna delete this. I'm gonna cry, but it's okay. Can I delete this? What? What? I am struggling really hard. I made a mistake, y'all. I am in pain. We love coding. No! My undo button! This is sucking balls! Okay. Alright. Where did this code come from? I just typed player with a capital and then all of this appeared. What? What is happening? Okay, I'm just gonna add a character body. Yeah, I'm gonna call this player. Okay? And what we're gonna do is attach the script. Yeah, we're gonna attach load. Okay? And then here, yeah, it has no shape and all that. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Oh yes, I remember mythology in games is fun. Romans and old soldiers, yep. But stuff before got problematic all my life. Ah, fair. Careful with the caps. Yeah, but the capitalizations, the underscores, and the periods. Yeah. Okay. It's connected to that, but I don't know what's happening here. Consider adding a collision shape 2D or collision polygon 2D. The thing is, though, it already has that, so I don't know what it's talking about. This? Yeah, this is gonna suck bones. Okay. Yeah, I have to just make the whole script myself. I think that's what needs to happen. Okay. Interesting. It's connecting to this one. Push. Okay, I'm gonna remove that one. I think I'm in a doozy. Go put that there. Okay. So it has no shape whatsoever. I'm gonna remove these. I might need to start this from scratch at another time. I don't understand that much of Godot, but it seems that you're trying to create a player, but you're creating something. Yeah, so the main problem that I've been seeing is that when I first started, my original player was an Area 2D node. But the code that I'm using, based on the tutorial on this one, it is not an Area 2D node. It is a character body 2D node. And so I am basically recreating the character, the player character, as a character body 2D. Yeah. I kind of want to make a GTA for my country, and the map would be a place IRL. Quests are memories that happens. And will 100% put a funky mob that isn't realistic to random spawn for silly. Do you know how long it took to make GTA? I want you to look that up right now. How long did it take to make GTA? GTA 5. I will also Google this. So, Rockstar Games spent around 3 to 5 years developing GTA 5. And you said you wanted to be a solo dev. That's gonna take a few decades. I hope you realize that. Because it only was able to happen within 3 to 5 years because they had multiple people involved with very specific skill sets. A lot of game studios go bankrupt trying to create the next... Yep, exactly. It's very hard to make that style. I always find it funny that before Breath of the Wild was made, they made a demo with Zelda 1 graphics with the same mechanics to see if it would be fun. Oh. So, I appreciate the ideas, but the ideas need to, like, be aligned with reality, too. And it's very hard to like, have these really cool ideas, but then be shot down by reality. That it's very hard to put these all together. Okay, so I'm thinking that my next steps is actually to, like, take some time offline to fix all of this. Because I put myself in my own problem, and basically I just need to restart everything. Which is going to suck, but I will try to get the player ready by next week. And yeah, so I shot myself in the foot, y'all. Which is a-okay, because I feel like this is a good learning lesson. Just, like, really be careful of your nodes. Cause, like, when I saw that the player character was not a character body 2D, I thought that was weird. Maybe AI can help improving workflow? I have opinions on that, and I don't necessarily think AI can help me here with this. For me personally, AI cannot replace a human's experiences and skills on making a game. And in the future, I don't think AI is going to be fully capable of that just yet, because what you're asking is you want AI to be a human, and AIs cannot be human. Like, there is a lot of... So that's a whole thing that cognitive science is looking into. And a lot of what people are asking of AI is not feasible and not realistic. No, but as a tool, not a replacement. Maybe start making a tutorial as it is, and when you finish it, see if it works, and then change it to your liking. So the thing with that is, I started with a 20-minute tutorial, but that is specifically in a older version of Godot. I am in Godot 4.2, so when I started following that tutorial, I couldn't continue because there were actually some nodes and, like, functions that were not the same. And it has changed quite a bit since that tutorial was made, which was 3 years ago. So I should have followed the longer version, which is more current, because it has the actual languages I should follow. So that's why I'm like, okay, I shot myself in the foot. Which is a-okay. It's fine. It do be like that. I'm learning. But AI as a tool, not a replacement. we can go on a whole thing regarding that, but I personally do not see AI as like it. I don't think AI could be applied to everything, but you can now do the modern one and see how it differs. Yep, pretty much. I know it's kind of funny for me to say like, hey, I don't think AI is applicable here when my concept is a game AI, but game AI is very different from the very other types of AI that is used in the mainstream, like ChatGPT and such. Like, sure, it's kind of like a suggestions, but the suggestions that those types of AI do can be harmful, and you have to be very careful with how you use them. That's my personal take on it, though. AI is dangerous for learning because it's hard to confirm its bias. Yeah, you don't know exactly where that knowledge came from. And when I've seen summaries of made by AI, it's pretty concerning. Like, it's not the most accurate thing out there. But yeah, that's how I personally feel about it. I feel like AI, it's a really cool tool. It's just I'd rather have AI I'd rather have AI focus on menial tasks that I personally don't want to do and leave creativity to me. If that makes sense. AI would never replace humans, but it's the funniest thing to ever happen. I love the belatedness. I don't think it's very funny, personally. Like, I respect it to a degree. But it does have human consequences. And that's where it concerns me. I know OpenAI might go down if 5.0 isn't good. Oh, rip! Big rip, because, like, hey, it's affecting the business and people's livelihoods, and that sucks. That what I meant as a tool. Oh, alright. I have to, like, take a pause right here. But yes, plans for next week. I will be redoing this based on the tutorial, the longer version of it, because that is more accurate. So let me post it. So I will be basing off this tutorial and redo it so that, hey, it's actually following this. So I will actually delete everything and redo everything outside of this. But if you want to follow along, please follow this tutorial specifically, as it's more current to the latest version of Godot. My humor isn't for everyone. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is with humor. Like, it really depends on what. My humor is almost non-existent, so it's kind of hard for me to be funny or a comedian, stuff like that. So don't feel bad. It's just my humor is very, very different from other people. Like, what people think is funny, I generally don't think it's funny because I understand, like, hey, that the topic is actually more harmful than people think. So I always focus on the more serious side of things. That's just how I am. But yeah, so I realize it's going to hit 10:30 for me soon, so I will need to actually end it here. So thank you all for coming by. I highly apologize for this stream because hey, I made some mistakes here. But that's a-okay because I'm learning from those mistakes, and part of learning a completely new skill is learning from said mistakes. So I'm gonna make sure that whatever tutorial I choose actually is connected to 4.2. Like, it has to be Godot 4 or around Godot 4.2 for me to actually use that tutorial. If it's older than that, there will be a lot of inaccuracies, and that would screw up everything. So, yeah, that's what I mainly learned today. Restful, it was a chill stream, and making mistakes is part of learning. Exactly, yeah, I am learning. So, next week, we will, if I get the player character done over the weekend, I will focus on making the enemies and having them spawn. So that will be my thing for next week. Yeah, good night, thank you. If you are on Twitch, we'll be going to do a raid. So let's go ahead and find someone to raid real quick. Who is online? Ooh, Volshock is online. Okay, okay. We're gonna raid Volshock, because Volshock is pretty cool. Yeah, we're gonna raid Volshock. Okay. Ooh, and I hear things. Oh my goodness. Alright, so let's go ahead and set the raid up. Okay, where's my stream manager? Hello? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, wow, it's a streamception. Whoopsies. Whoopsie doo. That was not my intention. Okay, we're gonna raid a channel. Alright. So with that, thank you all everybody for hanging out with me. We're gonna go ahead and raid Volshock real quick, just saying a quick hello. And from that, I will be streaming this Friday. We will be doing a co-working stream. I'm gonna be talking about how do you market a VTuber rebrand, well, a VTuber debut, and talk about like what I personally plan to do. So feel free to come on by if you want to talk, if you want to hang out and talk about VTuber stuff with me. So with that, good night everybody. Good night.